Thanks for tuning in today. Today I'm going to do a video that I've been really excited to do for a very long time. Today we are going to tour my Reptile tiny house. Now I'm told I have to make sure you guys know that this tiny house is up to code. My husband knows what that means because he was the mastermind behind the whole project. We built it from the ground up, completely to code. It's well insulated. It actually stays nicer than our house a lot of the time. My husband also, by the way, is playing cameraman today.
Hi.
Yeah. Go him. Alright, so I thought I would just start off by going here and back and showing you guys what's in here. So right here is my rat breeding rack system set up. I don't know if you guys want to see inside, but just like right here, there's different rats, all sizes. Essentially, we like to keep colonies of about 3-to-1, 4-to-1 ratio, which means 1 male to 3, sometimes 4 females. They breed, and whatever size we're looking to process, whether we need pinkies or pups or whatever, we'll take those as they come, and we humanely euthanize via a CO2 tank and a CO2 chamber. I won't be showing you guys that just because I know that some people are a little squeamish. But it's really important to us that we are able to raise our own food source. It saves us a lot of money. And we also just like knowing that our food is fresh and ethically processed. So yeah, that's them. So my first rack that I want to show you guys is what I just call my colubrids rack. Primarily I have things like, I have some corn snakes in here. I have my garter snakes, king snakes, milk snakes. I do have technically my African egg-eating snake and my D'Albert's python in here as well, but overall it's a colubrids rack. My yellow anaconda, Eden, is up here. You can actually see her soaking in her water dish right here. That's her. So inside each of our racks, I like to put a lot of foliage and hides and enrichment opportunities inside of our bins. I know not all keepers do, or all breeders do, but for me personally, I like knowing that they have different things that they can explore and just check out while they're inside their tubs. So you can kind of see some of the leaves. There's Penelope right there. She's so cute. So what you're probably going to notice today is my preferred substrate being craft paper or newspaper or maybe even paper towels. Those are my preferred substrates simply because they allow me to keep everything really clean and really well sterilized. They also allow me to keep an eye on things like poop and urates. I like to just keep an eye on those. Gives me a better picture of the overall health of my animals, as well as if something were to happen, like a mite outbreak, I would be able to see that right away and begin treating it right away. So that's just some of the reasons that I like to keep my animals, the ones that have lower humidity needs, on craft paper. Any of them, like Eden or my Brazilian rainbow boa Rosie, my D'Albert's python, all of those higher humidity need animals are on Reptile right now. So next is my female breeding rack for ball pythons. Hi, Luna. So again, these are all 52 quart tubs, which is actually bigger than what a lot of ball python breeders will use for their females. You'll probably notice that you don't see hides in these or leaves, and right now that's because a lot of my girls are gravid and I don't want hides or leaves potentially messing with a clutch of eggs. Funny enough, I learned that because my girl Ophelia, my butter female ball python, I did not think she was gravid this year. And so I left her hides and her enrichment in with her, and I would just check up on her, peep in there, and just notice that she was curled up in her hide every single time. And one day I started wondering why I hadn't seen her slithering around, and I checked in her bin, and she, funny enough, hid a clutch of 7 eggs inside her hide. And right now they're in my incubator, and she maternally incubated them for probably about a week. So I learned that, not the hard way, but a funny way. And now all my girls, once they finish laying, will get their hides and enrichment back for now, just so I can look in there quickly, make sure no one's laid a clutch. I have all that stuff removed. So on that note, this is our incubator. It's a simple DIY incubator. It's a simple.
Hold on.
It's a simple DIY incubator. You can find YouTube videos on how to make these. I like this because it's small. We don't have enough clutches for me to really have a bigger incubator yet. Again, little hole right here, probe goes through it, hooked up to a thermostat. It stays at about 89 degrees. I used it last season. It worked really well for me, so I'm happy with it. So that's where we keep our incubator. This is my male breeding ball python rack, primarily. I also have a few grow-ups in here. But these guys all have their hides and foliage and enrichment stuff in there. Do you see Odin? That's Odin. He's actually the father of Ophelia, that butterball python's clutch. He is also a butterball python, so I'm crossing my fingers for some blue eyed leucistics this time around. Should know in about 2 weeks, so that's exciting. But this is actually our first rack that we ever built. Oh god, what, like 4.5 years ago, something like that. It's worked really well for us, and we keep it around. So the last rack that I have in here is, again, primarily a colubrid rack. I keep most of my corn snakes, my Mexican black king snake project, my California king snake breeding project in here as well. Same kind of thing. They all have plenty of hides and foliage in there. Little labels with their names on them. And then up here, this is our common boa Rex, who loves to destroy his leaves no matter how nicely I try to position them. So I've given up on that. But this is a 40-gallon breeder. It's going to suit him just fine for a while. I may actually change him out soon to something else. Not quite sure yet. Haven't decided. At the bottom of this rack is eventually going to be my Brazilian rainbow boa Rosie, her customly built enclosure. This thing is huge. It'll be plenty big enough for her whole life. So last but not least are my legged creatures that I have in here. I do have another Ambelobe male panther chameleon. He is inside our house, and right now, there he is. Hi. Oh, angry boy. This is Avocado, my male veiled chameleon. He's about 2 years old. He does not like people. He never has. So I actually have only held him maybe 3 times since I got him, which is fine. I just let him be inside his enclosure because it's not worth it to me to just be continuously stressing him out, knowing how much he hates it. But he's in an extra large Reptile. I don't really get him out very much just because I know that he does not enjoy it. He is not a chameleon that enjoys handling or people at all, really. So I never really take him out, but I do enjoy looking at him and just watching him eat, crawl around, all that kind of stuff. Truth be told, the vast majority of chameleons are observational. You might see a few chameleons on social media that seem to be much more okay with handling, and that's fine because I trust that those keepers know their specific animal and what stress levels that animal can take and do okay with. But the vast majority of chameleons do not enjoy handling, much like Avocado, who hates me. Underneath his cage, I just keep stuff like an extra brick of Reptile chip, and some extra food and hay for the last animals in my reptile house, albeit they are not reptiles. My chinchillas. This is Niffler. She's gonna hate when I poke her. Watch. Niffler. Oh, so sorry. Oh, it happened again. So sorry. Oh, so sorry. It happened again. She's like, stop harassing me. So, oh, and look, Demi's out too. Hi, Dem. This is Demi, guys. Yes, they both have Harry Potter magical creature names. Hi, Demis. So, they stay in here because it gets really hot where we live, and they need a small space, really well insulated space that I can keep to like 68 degrees at all times. So they live in here. This AC keeps it perfect in here for them. I know they're not a reptile, but they're in here. On that note, if you guys are ever interested in a video about my chinchillas or about how I care for them, things like that, let me know. I know it wouldn't be a reptile video, but they're still exotic animals and they're really cool. They have some awesome evolutionary traits to them that I would love to make a video on if you guys are interested. So if you are, let me know in the comments, please. Yeah. So I still have more things in here that I want to do. Some decorating, putting up some art, stuff like that. There's still a few finishing touches that we have to do, but it's been so awesome for me having this space that is strictly dedicated to my animals. I can come in here, relax, sit on my futon, and just enjoy the animal vibes in the space. It's my reptile sanctuary. Again. No. If you guys enjoyed this video, or if you have comments or questions about anything specific that you saw, or maybe something that you didn't see, please let me know in the comments below. And again, if you enjoyed watching, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. It means so much to me that there are people out there who actually care about my animals and my life with them and how I care for them and anything that I can share of value about them. So thank you so much for watching, and please tune in next time for my next video. Thanks.